Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me, Dominic, for my series of Golf Fit for After COVID-19 videos that I'm going to be doing for you. Difficult time for golfers at the moment, weather getting better, course is looking good, and unfortunately we can't get out now. So I want you to use this downtime wisely to improve your methods and get yourself golf fit for when we can get back on those golf courses. So the first video today is going to be regarding the setup routine. A lot of this you may know already, but I never think it's a bad thing to hear the right things in golf over and over again. So setup routine that I've worked with for the last 25 years of coaching golf. I've found it's pretty foolproof to make sure that we start in the right position to make a good golf swing. So first position we're going to look at, nice and straightforward, nice and simple, is the aim of the golf club. So my ball on the floor here, I'm going to place my club nice and close to the ball aligned out the centre of the club head. And just notice at this point I'm not taking any specific grips, it's just my thumb and forefinger of my right hand that are just controlling the club head to stop it twisting. So ball aligned out the centre, nicely in line with my target. On a daily basis I have a lot of people come to me and I see that they're lining the ball up out the heel of the club or even the toe of the club. Obviously if we start in the middle of the club we make a good swing, we return to that centre of the club head, we're going to get a good golf shot from that position. So pretty basic but really important. So popping my ball back on the floor, nice and close to the ball, pinching right hand thumb and forefinger. Okay, so that was the aim. So moving on from there we're going to move on to the grip now, and this is a really important position because when we think about it, it's the only part of our bodies that comes into contact with the golf club. So the positioning of our hands is also very, very crucial for controlling the club face. Okay, so I'm going to show this both right-handed and left-handed. We'll go right-handed first. From my initial position of aiming the club, I'm going to open up my top hand, my left hand. I'm going to place the club in the fingers, and to get a position where I'm showing a clear two knuckles on the back of my left hand, and my left hand thumb is sitting just to the right of centre. It's really important that you can see those two knuckles looking straight down. Don't go hunting for them. If I hunt for them, I can see all four. Not a case that we want. We want to be able to just see two on looking straight down. Okay, so there's my left hand position. And then I'm going to add the right hand from there. I use the interlocking grip, so it's the little finger on my right hand I'm going to use to join. So that's going to join with the forefinger on my left hand. It's really important that the club sits in the remaining three fingers on the right hand, and that the right hand thumb now sits to the left of centre. That's now a nice neutral grip. How can I check that? If I just bring in an alignment stick from here, so with my left hand for starters, it forms a nice V shape with the top of my thumb and forefinger there. And I'm just going to extend where that V is pointing to, and you'll see here that it should be pointing anywhere between my chin and my right shoulder, and we can see there that that is the case, so I'm happy with that. So again, if I go to the right hand position from here, from that being in the position, a good position, again extending that line, it's within the same parameters, so we know we've got a nice neutral grip position at this point. So just flipping that club up for the left-handers, so the hand that goes at the top for the left-handers is the right hand, so again into the fingers, this time the thumb sits to the left of centre, and we're looking for those clear two knuckles. Again I'm looking down. Going to add the bottom hand, the left hand now, and from here, again getting my V's in the correct position, because for you guys the V should be pointing anywhere between chin and left shoulder. Again, something you can check for a nice neutral grip position. Okay, so while I'm onto the grip, really important to discuss grip pressure. I work with my pupils with a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being light, 10 being really tight, and I will ask the pupil to tell me what they feel their grip pressure is as a number. I hear a lot of 7 and 8s, which is far too tight, and those people are quite surprised when I say to them I actually want a 3 out of 10 grip pressure. 3 out of 10 is a pressure which is controlling the club without throttling the club, and that is so important. To show you how that can have effect on a shot, if I'm nice and relaxed in a 3 out of 10 grip position here with my club sitting on the floor, if I suddenly go to a 10 out of 10, you'll see there that my club has raised. My club head is now sort of up the ball or halfway up the ball, and that's because my muscles contract when I'm gripping the club so tightly. So you can probably see why now a lot of people under pressure may grip the club too tightly and may hit a lot of thin shots under pressure, so something we don't want. We want to keep that pressure nice and relaxed and constant throughout the swing. Okay, so I've got my aim, I've now got my grip. I'm now looking to set my stance. Basically what I'm looking for is a shoulder width stance on the floor, a nice platform from which to swing upon that matches the width up here. So nice and straightforward shoulder width stance for all 4 swings. Okay, and then next position I'm going to look at from there is the ball position. Where am I going to position this ball within my stance? Well, I've got a number 8 iron I'm using today, so I'm going to look to have the ball position just slightly forward of centre, slightly nearer to my left foot. Okay, so that's ball position. At this point, I think it's really important to bring in the alignment sticks, probably the best £10 you'll ever spend in golf. So versatile to use for various different things. But today I'm going to show you how we set these up correctly for practice. So, just popping my club down. First stick here I'm going to put in line with the golf ball, nice and close to it, and I'm going to get it pointing down the target line. I've got another ball at the end here to represent my target. Second stick here, I'm going to run nice and parallel to that. Again, this is for the right-handers. And you'll see here that they are running nice and parallel. Imagine them as train tracks. And so these 2 lines should never meet. They shouldn't be joining anywhere. They should always be running parallel to each other. So, even if we look at the first line on the right, this is an imaginary line, but we do give it a name. It's called the ball to target line. Nice and simply because that's the line of which we aim down. Okay, so there's my club, taking my grip, and you'll see here, down the line of the target. So the second line here you'll see, this is for my body alignment. Okay, so body alignment consists of feet, knees, hips, shoulders. You'll notice I'm not standing right on top of the line. I can be a comfortable distance away from the line, but it is important that I'm really parallel to that line. Okay, so I'm now going to remove this stick because for me to play the shot I don't want to be hitting the stick. I'm going to utilise this another way. I'm now going to lay this stick down at 90-degree angle to the stick on the floor here. Okay, that is now going to show me exactly where the ball is positioned within my stance. So that's how I'd like to see my pupils set up when practicing. So they're correctly aligned and they can also see the correct ball position. So, got my aim, got my grip, got my stance, got nicely ball position just forward of centre and nicely aligned on my feet. So final position I want to discuss today is the posture position, the way that we stand to the golf shot. Again, really important because we are looking for an athletic position from which to start. So how do we get there? Okay, so if I stand, take my grip, stand my feet shoulder width apart, I'm going to extend my arms out in front of me, I'm going to get the shaft parallel to the floor here. In a moment I'm going to lean forward from the hips until my club touches the floor. I'm not going to drop my club to the floor, it's going to be from the hips. So from that position, leaning forward until it touches the floor. Okay, at this point you'll notice the backs of my legs are very tight, okay, and I'm going to soften and flex from that position. So we'll do that again, move on to the ball this time. So out in front of me, leaning forward from the hips, legs are tight, soften and flex from that position. It is important as well that we're looking to keep a pretty straight spine angle if we can. Again, if we use the alignment stick to show you what I'm looking for to keep us in a good posture position. So that's my 6-point routine for you to practice on. If any of you get a little nugget out of that today that really helps you and improves your game, that'd be great. And then in the next series of lessons we're going to start looking more on the body motion within the golf swing. Thanks for your time today. See you again soon.